Hello. Hello. Tuingie wazito. Join. Mnanisikia? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Unanisikia? Can you hear me? Lahab. Can you hear me? Just type down on the comment section if you are hearing me. Yes, yes. Okay, that is good. Kama mnanisikia iko sawa. So tutaanza lesson ya siku ya leo. We are late and I'm doing good. If you can hear me, that is good. I had to open another live because the first one imekataa kuongea. I hope you are doing good. Good morning once more. Mimi niko salama. We've not been together for the past 3 days. Yes. But now I'm back. I was having a graduation on Friday. I was in Mount Kenya University. That is where I've been pursuing my degree, and I graduated last Friday. And I had a very tough day. I had tough days from Wednesday because of the preparations, but now I'm glad that we are back. Siwacha nisikie congratulations upande wenu. Yes, so I'm glad. I'm also wishing you the very best that one day you will dress in that gown. Na mtafanya nini? Hata nyinyi mtagraduate na muwe watu bora katika haya maisha. You also make your parents proud. So that is why I was not available, but tutaendelea. So I want us to be very, very, very active in terms of learning, and nitakuwa na live stream YouTube, ninawafunza through YouTube. Sawa sawa? Yes, tutakuwa tunatumia YouTube, tuna live stream, ninawafunza. And we will start immediately with doing some samples of questions in paper 1. So let us do these questions together, this question together. But I know we went through this back in April. So even if you can also go through it on your own, tutaflow tu pamoja. Given that the matrix M is 4, -2, 2 and 3, find the inverse of M and hence solve the simultaneous equation. So this is where we are going to work out our solution. So we have this question here. So with this question, we have been given matrix M is 4, -2, 2 and 3. Na tunafaa kutafuta nini? Determinant yake. So kutafuta determinant yake, tulisema the first thing huwa tunatafuta kwanza, tukitafuta inverse, huwa tunatafuta determinant. Na determinant tulisema it is 4 times 3. This one 4 times 3 is 12 minus the other diagonal, which is 2 times -2. 2 times -2 itakuwa -4. So by doing so, I'm doing also a follow up hapa. By doing so, 12 minus 4 itakuwa 16. So itakuwa 16 because minus and minus is equal to positive. So ikikuwa 16, tutafute inverse. So inverse inakuanga m to power -1. Na ikiwa m to power -1 itakuwa, kwa tunachukua reciprocal ya 16 inakuwa 1/16 into brackets. Tuna interchange 4 and 3. So hii inakuja hapa inakuwa 3 na hii inakuja hapa inakuwa 4. Then hizi mbili zinabadilisha sign. Hii ni -2 itakuwa 2 na hii ni +2 itakuwa -2. So hizi mbili zina interchange na hizi zina change sign. After doing that, our inverse then itakuwa nini? 1/16 times 3 ni 3/16. 1/16 times 2, it is 2/16. 2/16 when simplified it is 1/8. So 1/16 times -2 is -2/16. When simplified it is -1/8. Then 1/16 times 4 it is 4/16. When simplified it will give us a quarter. So by doing that we have already determined the inverse. After determining the inverse, we have now been told to solve these two simultaneous equations. So for us to solve these two simultaneous equations, we now need to write these equations in matrix form. And when we write these equations in matrix form, it will be 4, -2, 2, 3, then xy is equal to 10, 1. We first write our equation in matrix form. After we write our equation in matrix form, the next thing we are going to do, we will pre-multiply the inverse. We will pre-multiply the inverse on both sides. We will pre-multiply the inverse on both sides. So when we talk of pre-multiplying, we mean we are going to take the inverse to multiply on the left hand side and on the other side pre multiply mbele. Pre means before. So tunaweza futa tufanyie hapa. Tusukume hapo. Haya, so tuendelee. I can see Ian. Ian, you are already in class. Yes, naona tunaendelea vizuri. So let us continue. Tuache kutoka ili we are not going to miss anything. So tutachukua hii to pre-multiply. So itakuwa 3/16 1/8 negative 1/8 and a quarter. To pre-multiply na 4 negative 2 2 3 then xy is equals to the other side the same 3/16 1/8 negative 1/8 a quarter multiplied by 10 1. So kufikia hapa we said that when we multiply this one and this one, so this one is the inverse of m multiplied by m. Hizi mbili tukimultiply zinafaa zitupatie an identity matrix. Identity matrix si lazima ushinde ukimultiply, inakuanga 1 0 0 1. So ukimultiply hizo mbili zitakupatia 1 0 0 1. So you can just write 1 0 0 1. Then you now multiply the other side. Tukimultiply the other side we will take 3/16 1/8 10 and 1, hiyo ndio itatupea x. Nayo ya chini negative 1/8 a quarter 10 and 1 ndio itatupatia y. So our x will be, for us to get our x, we will work out this one. So itakuwa 3/16 times 10. So what is 3/16 times 10? Do that for me using a calculator. Let me pick my calculator. Yes. Oi. Tutia kumakirathi. Tuache kutoka darasani. Tukubali turudi. 3/16 times 10 itatupatia 15/8 plus 1/8 times 1 ni 1/8. So that will be 16/8, which is equal to 2. Then our y will be negative 1/8 times 10 itakuwa negative 10/8 plus a quarter times 1 itakuwa a quarter. So when we add negative 10/8 plus a quarter itakuwa negative 1. So our x is equal to 2 and our y is equals to negative 1. And by doing that we are done. Na tunapata how many marks? Our 3 marks. Tunapata our 3 marks. Tuacheni kutoka, tuache kuhepa. Ukihepa utaona vumbi. Tuache kuhepa, sawa sawa? To maintain kuwa class, I'll make this video public so you can still access it later. But tuhakikishe uko class. Juu nikiwa class nikifunza live utaweza kunifuatilia na kunisikiliza. Sawa sawa? Yes. So the next one is question 2. Hapa ni questions. Given that haya. Hello. Sorry. It's not. It is not in paper 1. Yeah. So the equation. Solve the equation. 2 into bracket x plus 1 over 5 minus 5 minus 2x over kubwa usirab ni the same 2x plus 1 over 5 minus 5 minus 2x over 6 is equal to 3x minus 2 over 4. We will solve that one. Manathi kuri ugai. Tuache kutoka. Muache kuniacha peke yangu, si ndio? It's not healthy nikifanya nikiwa peke yangu. So, in this scenario, we have 5, 6 and 4. So, in our solution, the first thing we will do, we will find the LCM of 5, 6 and 4. And the LCM of 5, 6 and 4 itakuwa by 2. Hii itakuwa 5 by 2 3 by 2 2. Then by 2 itakuwa 5 3 and 1. Then by 3 itakuwa 5 1 and 1, and by 5 itakuwa 1 1 and 1. So our LCM is equal to 2 times 2 is 2 squared times 3 times 5. So our LCM will be 2 times 2 is 4 times 3 is 12. 12 times 5 is equivalent to 60. So when we get our LCM is equivalent to 60, tutakuja hapa to multiply kila kitu na 60. So 2 times x ni 2x plus 2 times 1 ni 2 over 5 minus 5 minus 2x over 6 is equal to 3x minus 2 over 4. And since our LCM is equivalent to 60, we will multiply everything with 60. Kila kitu na 60. So tukimultiply kila kitu na 60, by 5 1, by 5 12. So itakuwa 12 multiplied by, we will multiply in bracket because this one is a compound number, 2x plus 2. Then minus 6 by 6 1 by 6 10. So itakuwa minus 10 into bracket 5 minus 2x is equals to by 4 1 by 4 15. So itakuwa 15 into bracket 3x minus 2. 15 into bracket 3x minus 2. And with that, we can now open our bracket. 12 times 2x will give us 24x plus 12 times 2 will give us 24 minus 10 times 5 is minus 50. So itakuwa negative 50. Then negative 10 times negative 2x will be positive, because a negative number multiplied by a negative number will give us a positive number. So it will be plus 2x is equals to 15 times 3x is 45x. Sorry, this one is plus 20x, not 2x. Negative 10 times negative 2 is positive 20. So itakuwa 15 times 3x ni 45x plus 15 times negative 2 is negative 30. So itakuwa 15x 45x minus 30. From there now we can put our like terms together, and when we put our like terms together, 24x plus 20x, that will be 44x. Then 24 minus 50 will be equivalent to negative 26 is equals to 45x minus 30 is equals to 45x minus 30. From there now we can bring this on this side, so that we will have 44x minus 45x. So 44x minus 45x, that will be equivalent to negative x. How? 44x minus 45x is equals to negative 30. When this goes to the other side, it becomes positive 26. So 44x times minus 45x will be equal to negative x, which is equal to negative 30 plus 26. That will be equivalent to negative 4. So if we want to be left with x alone, we will divide both sides by negative 1 by negative 1, and we will get our x is equivalent to 4. Our x is equivalent to 4. Have we understood? Have we understood? Correct. That is good, Karaoke. Karaoke Joel, that is correct. The answer is 4. That is correct. The answer for that question is 4. So let us do question number 3. Tumesema nikifanya pia wewe unafanya. Yeah, because I know you know. I'm just guiding you in revision, as I promised we will be doing revision. Majority of you are candidates. Even if there is a form 3 here, it is still okay because paper 1 deals with form 1 and form 2 work. So let us do another question. Solve the following inequality. Solve the following inequalities and represent the solution on a single number line. So x minus 3 is less than or equal to 3x plus 1, and 12x minus x is greater than 2x plus 3. I hope tuko pamoja. So let us do that question. That question is 3 marks. We are working out on section 1. These are the short structured questions that are generally assessed in section 1. So we have been given a set of inequalities, and we are supposed to solve these two inequalities and represent them on a number line. How do we go about that? So this is the way we go. This is how we go about it. Tutaanza na inequality ya kwanza. So we are now on our solution part. So tutaanza na ya kwanza. X minus 3 is less than or equal to 3x plus 1. So we will put our like terms together. So when we put our like terms together, we can bring x on one side. So x, when we bring this on the other side, it will be negative 3x or minus 3x is less than or equal to 1. When we take this to the other side, it will be plus 3. It will be plus 3. So what is x minus 3x? X minus 3x will be equal to negative 2x is less than or equal to 1 plus 3 is equal to 4. So with this in mind, we want to be left with x, so we will divide both sides by negative 2 by negative 2. And when we divide with a negative coefficient, our inequality sign changes automatically to greater than or equal to. When we divide with a negative, the sign changes directly into greater than or equal to negative 2. And with that, we are going to mark it as our first solution. That will be our first solution. That will be our first solution. Are we following? Haya. The second one, we solve the second one. It is 12, so hii tunaweza iweka in a box. Ya pili ni 12x minus x is greater than 2x plus 3. So 12x, was it 12x? Yes. So what is 12x minus x? It is 11x is greater than 2x plus 3. With that still, we can put the right terms together. Tulete hii huku, tukileta hii huku itakuwa 11x minus 2x is greater than 3. So 11x minus 2x is 9x is greater than 3. So for us to be left with x, we will divide both sides by 9 by 9. And when we do that, we will get our x is greater than a third. And that will be our second mark inequality solution. So far hapo tuko na marks ngapi? Tuko na marks 2. Hata ukiweza achia hapo utapewa marks 2. The next thing we are going to do now, we have to represent these 3 in a number line. So let us write it as a compound inequality. So check here, we have x is greater than a third, and here x is greater than -2. So x is greater than -2. So we can rewrite it and say -2 is less than or equal to x. This statement is the same as this one. -2 is less than or equal to x, while x is less than a third. While x is less than a third. So let us check this one out. Oh, the sign was here. It was greater than. So ikitageuka ikuwe hivyo. So tukisema to represent this on a number line, tutakuja tuanze -2, -1, 0, maybe even a third and 1. So itaanza hapa. We will shade here. The reason we will shade is because this one is less than or equal to. Then from here kwa a third, hatuta shade because the sign is just less than. So the integral values will range between that place. Zita range hapo. So we are done with that question. Let us do another one. Let us do another question. Let's do another question. Let us do another question. Wacha nifute hapa. And if you have a question, just drop down your question on the comment section. So we are done with that. Let us do another question here. Solve for x in the equation. Solve for x in the equation. 3 marks. Log to base 10 3x plus 4 minus log to base 10 3 minus x is equals to 1. Is equals to 1. That is the question we are going to do. Log to base 10 3x plus 4 minus log 3 minus x to base 10 is equals to 1. So when you have, or when you get such a question, the one thing that you do first and foremost, check out all your numbers are to base 10. So this one is log to base 10, log to base 10, but we have one here. This one is not log to base 10. So the first thing first we are going to do is to write this one into log to base 10. And for us to write it into log to base 10, we must write it in what we call index notation. We must write it in index notation. What is the meaning of index? Index means power. We must write it in index notation. So it means that is an answer of a number which is log to base 10. We don't know the number, but the logarithm is equal to 1. The logarithm is equal to 1. That is what it means. The logarithm is equal to 1. So what we are going to do here, for us to write it in index notation, it is going to be k is equals to 10. Then this logarithm becomes the power. So 10 to power 1. So 10 to power 1 is 10. So our k is equal to 10. Our k is equal to 10. From there now, tunaweza irudisha mahali inafaa iwe. So tukirudisha itakuwa log into bracket 3x plus 4 minus log to base 10, 3 minus x equals to log to base 10, 10. Equals to log to base 10, 10. Equals to log to base 10, 10. So from there, we are going to now continue. So tukiwa hapo, tukuje hapa, hii sign iko hapa ni minus. Na tunasemanga difference in logarithms is the same as division. So juu hapa ni minus, tutasema log 3x plus 4. Juu hii ni minus, itakuwa divide by 3 minus x. Hiyo tumemalizana nayo, is equals to log to base 10, 10. Hii ni log to base 10, 3x plus 4 over 3 minus x. Why over? Kwa sababu hapa ni minus. Itakuwa hivyo. So ikiwa hapo, the next thing we do, we just drop the logarithm. Drop the logs. Drop the log to base 10. Tukidrop, tutabaki na nini? 3x plus 4 over 3 minus x is equal to 10. Is equal to 10. So with that, we can now cross multiply. Tukicross multiply itakuwa 3x plus 4 multiplied by 1 is equals to 10 into bracket 3 minus x. So 3x times 1 is 3x plus 4 is equals to 10 times 3 is 30 minus 10 times x ni 10x. So 3x tutaleta hii huku equal 3x plus 10x itakuwa 13x is equals to 30 minus 4 itakuwa 26. And when we divide both sides by 13, we will get our x is equal to 2. Our x is equal to 2. So far, any question? Kuna mtu ako na swali? Kuna mtu ana swali? Anyone with a question? Tumeelewa? Anyone with a question? Haya, wacha tuendelee. Let's continue. Let us continue. The next question . a point P divides line AB kwanza tuandike internally in the ratio 2:1. A, given that the coordinates of A and B are 3, -6 and 6, 9 respectively, find the coordinates of P. That is question A. That is question A, which has 3 marks. So we will first do that one. Perfect. Tuendelee. Brenda Chepkirui. That is good. Tuendelee. Na kama okay. So let's continue. So a point P divides line AB. Tufanye solution ya hii swali. So line AB iko hapa. And line AB ni coordinate 3, -6 na 6, 9. Then tunaambiwa point P ina divide in the ratio of 2:1. So point P iko hapo ina divide in the ratio of 2:1. Haya, so we are being told to find the coordinates of P. One thing we need to understand, we are going to apply the vectors method to solve this question. That means that all of these points, all of these coordinates are originating from origin, which is 0, 0, 0, 0. That is one thing that we need to come into an agreement with. Zote zinatoka 0, 0. So let us continue. What we are going to do now, tutatafuta what is AB. Tutafute vector AB yote ni nini. Na the reason tunasema tutafute vector AB ni kwa sababu for us to come from O to P, what we need to find is OP. And for us to get O to P, it should be OA plus AP. OA plus AP. OA plus AP. And OA plus AP will be equal to OP is equals to OA tuko nayo. OA it is 3 negative 6 minus 0, 0. So when you take 3 negative 6 minus 0, 0, itabaki 3 negative 6. Tunaiandika kama column vector. Then plus AP. AP hatuwezi pata AP juu hatuna P. So AP can be expressed in form of a ratio. Itakuwa 2/3 of AB. 2/3 of the whole of it, AB. So what we are now supposed to do, we are now supposed to determine what is AB. So AB, it is B minus A. B minus A. B ndio tunasema OB minus OA. So our AB itakuwa OB ni 6, 9 minus A ni 3 negative 6. So AB ni 6 minus 3 is 3. 9 minus 6 is 15. That is our AB. So we will now replace our AB 15 with hapa hivi. So itakuwa OP is equals to 6 9 plus 2/3 AB. AB ni 3 na 15. I hope tunafuata na tunaona ni 3 na 15. So our OP hapa itakuwa 6 9 plus by 3 1 by 3 1 2 times 1 ni 2 by 3 1 by 3 5 2 times 5 ni 10. Kwa hivyo our OP itakuwa nini? Ni 6 9 plus 2 10. So 6 plus 2 itakuwa 8 na 9 plus 10 itakuwa 19. Kwa hivyo coordinate P itakuwa 8 19. Coordinate P itakuwa 8 19. Coordinate P will become 8 19. So tusha solve hiyo. Nataka tuende part B. I want us to go to part B. Part B. So hapa tunaweza futa tuseme EP ni 8 19. Acha ikae hapo hivyo. Juu swali halijaisha. Tunasonga tukisonga. Eight 19. So part B hii ni 0 0. So part B inasema a point Q is on the x axis. A point Q is on the x axis such that PQ is perpendicular to AB. PQ is perpendicular to AB. Find A, Roman 1, the gradient of PQ. The gradient of PQ. So tumeambiwa a point Q is on the x-axis such that PQ is perpendicular to AB. So PQ is perpendicular. When we talk of perpendicular lines are lines that straight lines that intersect at right angle. So when we have straight lines that are intersecting at right angle, we consider those two lines to be perpendicular to each other. So the first thing first that we are going to do, we will determine the gradient of AB. M represents the gradient. So the gradient of AB will be change in y. Change in y. So if this one is x1, x2, x1, y1, x2, y2, tutachukua y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So tukitafuta gradient ya AB itakuwa 9 minus 6 itakuwa 9 plus 6 over x2 ni 6 minus 3 itakuwa 3. So 9 plus 6 ni 15. 15 divided by 3 ni 5. So the gradient of AB will be equal to 5. Lakini tumeambiwa tutafute gradient ya PQ. Na PQ is perpendicular to AB. PQ is perpendicular to AB. So for us to know that lines are perpendicular, when you multiply their gradient, M1 times M2, kwa inatupatia -1. So it means 5 times M2 should give us -1. So we'll divide by 5, and when we do that, we will get our M2 is -1 over 5. Therefore, the gradient of PQ is -1 over 5. -1 over 5. So let us continue. That was question, hiyo ilikuwa Roman 1. Tuende Roman 2. The equation of PQ. So tumeambiwa given the turudi hapa kwa B, a point Q is on the y axis. Tulisema y. Sorry. A point Q is on the y. See it? replace hapo useme y. It will not affect our solution. It is on the y axis such that PQ is perpendicular to AB. Find Roman 2 the equation of PQ. The equation of PQ. So tuseme hapa tuko na Cartesian plane, we have x and we have y. Then tunaambiwa a point Q is on the y axis. Tuseme Q iko hapa, na kama Q iko hapo, such that PQ is perpendicular to AB. PQ is perpendicular to AB. So if PQ ni kama inaweza kuwa imeenda hivi, it is perpendicular to AB. AB is 3, -6 and 6, 9. So ni kama 3 iko hapa, -6 iko hapa, and 6, 9. 6 iko hapa na 9 tuseme iko hapa. So if this line inaenda hivi, AB, and we have another line Q that is perpendicular, it might be that this line inashuka hivi, iko hivyo, na Q iko hapo. Naona Q iko hapo. So tunaulizwa find the equation of PQ. We have already been given the gradient of PQ. The gradient of PQ tuko nayo. So PQ, the gradient is -1/5. Then tunaambiwa hii iko kwa y axis, and we know kwa y axis x inakuanga 0. X inakuanga 0. So on the y axis x is equal to 0 stroke y axis, na gradient yetu ni -1/5. So what we now need to determine is the y coordinate, so that after getting the y coordinate we can find the equation. So can you do that one? Changamkia hiyo mbio mbio unipatie jibu. Tuko na coordinate hapa ni y intercept, tafuta y coordinate. Gradient tuko nayo, tafuta equation. Nipatie response mbio mbio na tuhakikisha hatutoki class. To connect our PCs because of charge. Yes. Haya, tuchangamke. What just happened? Haya, Haya. Haya, hebu ngoja. Tulishapata point P. Hey. Sasa sijui mbona tunasumbuka hapa. Tulishapata point P. Ilikuwa 819. There was something like that. I think ni juu tunaenda tukifuta, that's why we are losing some concepts. PQ P ilikuwa 819. Sasa usijisumbue. 819. Then gradient, hata uhitaji kushinda ukitafuta Q. Gradient tuko nao ni -1/5. Na kuna x na y. Our board is very small, we are missing out some concepts. Haya, siko sawa sasa? Si ilikuwa 819, if I'm not mistaken, it was 819. It was 819. So from that point of view, unaweza tafuta equation ya PQ. Juu tushapata gradient na tuko na point moja QP. Hata uhitaji kutafuta Q. Tafuta equation. So equation itakuwa y minus 19 over x minus 8 is equals to -1/5. Then we will cross multiply. 5 into brackets y minus 19 will be equal to -1 into bracket x minus 8. So 5 times y is 5y minus 5 times 19. What is 19 times 5? 10 times 5 ni 50. 9 times 5 ni 45. 50 plus 45 ni 95. Is equals to -x. -1 times -8 is plus 8. So our answer will be 5y is equals to -x plus 8 plus 95. So 5y will be equal to -x plus 103. So with that we can divide both sides by 5, by 5, by 5. And we will get y is equals to -1/5x plus 103/5. Have you gotten that one? Tumepata hiyo. Tumepata hii. Niambieni kama hiyo ndio tumepata. Tumepata hii. Niambieni kama hiyo ndio tumepata. Yes, tell me. Ndio umepata? Is that what you have gotten? Tumepata hii. Then question C. Determine the coordinates of Q. And hence calculate to 1 decimal place the length of PQ. Niambieni mumepata nini? Hiyo Roman 2. Have we gotten this? Is it what you have gotten? Na tuache kupotea, nitawakujia huko mko. Muache kupotea. Nataka tusikizane. Niambieni kama ndio mmepata ili tuendelee. Sitaki tuache mtu nyuma. Zibarandi melons ya niambieni. Ndio tumepata? Yeah. Okay, that's good Karis. Sasa tujibu hii. Determine the coordinates of Q. Sasa tulishaambiwa Q. Tulishaambiwa Q inakata Y. Na already line ya Q tuko nayo. Tunajua line ya Q equation yake ni 5y is equals to negative x plus 103. Tushapata equation ya PQ. Hiyo ndio equation ya PQ. Kama tumepata hiyo equation, acha tufute hapa. Kama tushapata hiyo equation, what next? Na tunajua at y axis x is 0. Hapa x ni 0. Juu it is y intercept, it is cutting across the y axis. So itakuwa replace mahali x iko tuweke 0. So itakuwa 5y is equals to negative x plus 103 na hapa x ni 0. So replace hii na 0. So itakuwa 5y is equals to negative 0. Negative 0 is the same as 0. So itakuwa 103. And from there, we can now divide both sides by 5. And when you divide, you get your y is 103 divided by 5, 20.6. 20.6. Kwa hivyo our Q will be 0.20.6. Our Q will be 0.20.6. Lakini tumeambiwa hence calculate to one decimal place the length of PQ. So P, tulitafuta P, tukapata P ni 819. Nayo Q tumepata ni 0.20.6. Tunafaa kutafuta length. Length is the same as magnitude. So ukiona unaambiwa utafute length, unafaa utafute magnitude. Na ili upate magnitude, utafanya aje? Utatafuta kwanza vector PQ. Vector PQ itakuwa Q minus P. Itakuwa 0.20.6 minus 819. Then PQ itakupatia nini? 0 minus 8 ni negative 8. Then 20.6 minus 19 itatupatia 1.6. So with this we can now determine the length or the magnitude. So itakuwa PQ magnitude. Magnitude tunaekanga 2 slashes. So hii ni P. We put 2 slashes like that. Hizo mbili. In vectors these two represent magnitude. In matrices the 2 slashes represent determinant. So that is something that you need to know. So itakuwa negative 8 squared plus 1.6 squared. Then tutafute square root. So our PQ itakuwa nini? Negative 8 squared ni 64 plus 1.6 squared is 2.56. So add the two. 64 plus 2.56 utapata 66.56. Then find the square root, utapata to 2 or to one decimal place itakuwa 8.2 units. So PQ itakuwa 8.2 units. That is the magnitude or the length of PQ. The length of PQ. the length of PQ. Watu mumeenda wapi? The length of PQ. Kama tunaendelea sawa na tunaendelea vizuri, like hapo chini useme tuko chonjo, tuko sawa. Kama tunaendelea vizuri, weka hapo chini useme tuko chonjo na ni mwecheche. That is good. Tunaendelea polepole tu tukisonganga. Aha. Chatufute. Question. A minor arc of a circle subtends an angle of 70 degrees at the center of the circle. If the length of the arc is 22 centimeters, comma, calculate the radius of the circle. Take pi as 22/7. 3 marks. A minor arc of a circle subtends an angle of 70 degrees. So hapa ni solution. So we have an angle being subtended here of 70 degrees. Then from there tunaambiwa if the length of the arc, this is the arc, if the length of the arc is 22 centimeter, calculate the radius of the circle. Calculate the radius of the circle. So in such a question, we are going to write down the formula of finding the length of arc. So length of arc is equal to theta over 360 times 2 pi r. Length of arc is equals to theta over 360 times 2 pi r. So what is our theta? Our theta is 70 over 360 times 2 times pi 22/7 times r is equals to 22. The length of our arc is 22. So we will multiply everything. 70 over 360 times 2 times 22/7 itatupatia 11/9r is equals to 22. So for us to be left with r, we will multiply both sides by 9/11 by 9/11. So by 11, 1 by 11, 1 by 9, 1 by 9, 1. So our r will be equal to by 11, 1 by 11, 2. 2 times 9 is 18 centimeter. So our radius will be 18 centimeters. Imeisha. Hiyo tushamaliza. Tumeelewa hiyo? Hiyo imeeleweka? Kama hii imeeleweka, solve the following equation. Two over x plus 1 is equal to x plus 2 over 3. 3 marks. Mnaweza fanya hiyo? Mtafanya hiyo? Type hapo chini mniambie ama mtaifanya. Can you do that one? Will you do this one? Semeni kama mtaifanya. Can you do that one? Mtafanya hiyo? Yes. Yes, tufanye hiyo. Tumemaliza. Done. Done. Acha tulifanye. So in this question, two over x plus 1 is equal to x plus 2 over 3. So with such a question, having an equal sign at the center, you can as well as cross multiply. So itakuwa tuanze na hii x plus 1 multiplied by x plus 2 is equal to 2 times 3 is 6. So let us expand this one. X into bracket x plus 2 plus 1 into bracket x plus 2 is equal to 6. So x times x is x squared plus x times 2 is 2x plus 1 times x is x plus 1 times 2 is 2 is equals to 6. So this one, when we put the right terms together, x squared 2x plus x will give us 3x. Then when we bring this to this side, 2 minus 6 will be equal to negative 4 is equal to 0. So with this one, you can solve using formula method. Our a is 1, y1, hapa ni 1. Then our b is 3 and our c is negative 4. So the formula to find x is minus b plus or minus b squared minus 4ac over 2a. So tukisema hivyo tunaweza imalizia hapa, x is equals to minus b, so it is minus 3 plus or minus b squared ni 3 squared. What is 3 squared? It is 9 minus 4ac. 4 times 1 times negative 4 will be negative 16 over 2a is 2 times 1, which will give us 2. So our x will be negative 3 plus or minus square root of 9 minus minus is plus. So 9 plus 16 is 25 divided by 2. So our x will be minus 3 plus or minus square root of 25 is 5 over 2. So our first x will be, tuchukue plus, minus 3 plus 5 is 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. Or our second x will be minus 3 minus 5 is minus 8. Minus 8 divided by 2 is negative 4. So the two values of x will be 1 or negative 4. 1 or yes, Kalis, iko sawa sana. Teacher, can you multiply with LCM both sides? Correct. Yvonne, you can still multiply with LCM on both sides. You can still multiply on LCM with LCM on both sides. Haina shida. So when you multiply with LCM on both sides, it is still correct. Itakuwa 2 over x plus 1 is equals to x plus 2 over 3. So LCM ya x plus 1 na 3 itakuwa nini? 3 into bracket x plus 1. Nayo hii side itakuwa 3 into bracket x plus 1 because it will be a multiple of the two. So hii itaenda na hii, ibaki 3 times 1 ni 3. So 3 times 2 itakuwa 6 is equals to, hii nayo itaenda na hii, tubaki na x plus 1 na x plus 2. Na bado ukifanya hivi, it will form a quadratic equation. So the method is still correct, haina shida. It is still okay. So with that, Find the value of x in the equation. (15 to power 2x minus 4 is equals to 3 to power 2x minus 4. Tuko na hiyo. Most welcome. So we have that one. If you can see this question clearly, you will note that we don't have a common base. 15 cannot be written to base 3. And ikiwa hivyo, what you can do is that we should introduce logarithm. We should introduce logarithm. We should introduce logarithms in this scenario. So when we introduce logarithms, it will be the power becomes nini? Tunaletanga power nyuma. So itakuwa 2x minus 4 multiplied by log 15 is equals to 2x minus 4 multiplied by log 3. Sawa sawa. So with that now, mbona tumefanya hivyo ni kwa sababu when you have a number like logarithm, acha niandike vizuri ili uelewe. Kisema to introduce logarithm, hii ni the same na kusema logarithm of 15 to power 2x minus 4 is equal to logarithm of 3 to power 2x minus 4. That is what it means. Then when we have a number logarithm to power n, it is the same as logarithm x to power n is the same as saying n logarithm of x. So with this, it means that with such character, itakuwa 2x minus 4 multiplied by logarithm of 15 is equals to 2x minus 4 multiplied by logarithm of 3. I hope hapo tumeelewa. Tumeelewa hapo vizuri. So with that in mind, chukua calculator ufinye log 15. Log 15 nini? 1.176. So itakuwa 2x minus 4 multiplied by 1.176 is equals to 2x minus 4 multiplied by log 3, 0.4771. 0.4771. So with that, we now open the brackets. 1.176 times 2 itakuwa 2.352 minus 1.176 times 4 itakuwa minus hii iko na x minus 4.704 kuna bracket is equals to y papa. Tuendelee the other side. 0.4771 times 2 itakuwa 0.9542x. Nayo 0.4771 times 4 itakuwa 1.908. Put the right terms together, this minus this, 2.352x minus 0.9542 itakuwa 1.3978x is equals to, hii ende huko, negative 1.9084 plus, hii kienda na huko itakuwa plus 4.704, 2.7956. We divide both sides by 1.3978, 1.3978. Our x will be 2.7956 divided by 1.3978. The answer will be equal to 2. The answer will be equal to 2. Iko sawa? That is good. Haya. Sasa kwanza tuende break ya dakika 10. Break ya 10 minutes. Mi bado itabaki live. Unaweza toka uende msalani. Yes, turudi around after 10 to 15 minutes. Kwa hiyo time imebaki, so that we can call it a day. Tukirudi tutasoma around 15 minutes tumalize. So just kimbia msalani. Haya. Zabarandi. Haya. Haya. Tufanye swali la mwisho. Najua at least mmeweza kunyorosha misuli. Hata mimi nimeweza kunyorosha misuli. Given the column vector A is 1, -2, 3. B is -2, 3, -1. And C is equal to -3, -1, -4. And that P is equals to 2A minus B plus C. Find to 1 decimal place the length of vector P. Fanya tumalizie na hii. So utatafuta kwanza vector P ni nini? So vector P ni 2A, so it is 2 times A. Our A ni 1, -2, 3 minus B. B ni, so itakuwa minus B. B ni -2, 3, -1, then plus C ni -3, -1, -4. So we work it out. So P itakuwa nini? 2 times 1 ni 2, 2 times -2 ni -4, na 2 times 3 ni 6, minus -2, 3, -1, plus -3, -1, -4. So tukifika hapo tunaweza anza na za plus BODMAS hii na hii. So 2 plus -3 itakuwa -1, -4 plus -1 itakuwa -5, 6 minus -4 itakuwa 10. Kwa nini 10? Because minus no kwa tumekosea, ni 6 plus -4 itakuwa 2, then minus -2, 3, -1. So tukisubtract tutapata vector P ni -1 minus -2 itakuwa nini? -1. -5 minus 3 itakuwa -8. 2 minus -1 itakuwa 3. So vector P ni 1, -8, 3. But the question says find to 1 decimal place the length of P. The length of P. So tumesema ukiambiwa length unaambiwa magnitude. So length ya P itakuwa 1 squared plus -8 squared plus 3 squared, then tutafute square root. So 1 squared ni 1, -8 squared ni 64 plus 9. So 1 plus 64 is 65. 65 plus 9 is 75. 65 plus 9 is 74. So the square root of 74, our vector P itakuwa to 1 decimal place 8.6 units. 8.6 units. 8.6 units. So that is it, and we've come to the end of our session, our today's session. I hope the session was helpful. I need of +2547420900825. You can call, you can WhatsApp this number, and you can also email at support@topgradeacademy.co.ke. So you can reach us out on this. You can also access our learning materials, past papers with marking schemes from our website topgradeacademy.co.ke. topgradeacademy.co.ke. And with that, you will be able to access our resources and our learning materials. Have a good day. Have a blessed day. Until we meet again, that will be tomorrow.